Hey everybody, Mark here with Untitled Videos, and today I'm going to take you through the challenge of me using a PC for a whole day. Let's get started. So as you guys may know, I am a huge Apple fan. I love Macs, I use them every day. OS X is my favorite operating system. It's also a lot easier and simpler than Windows. And I asked you guys if you wanted me to do a challenge on here using a Windows PC for a whole day. You said yes, so here it is. So the computer I'll be using for this challenge is the Lenovo X220 ThinkPad. So you can see we got a couple ports on one side and then some more ports on the other side. So inside this machine is a 320GB HDD, Intel Core i5, 2.5 GHz CPU, 4 gigs of RAM, and a 32-bit operating system. The first thing I had to do to modify this a little bit was put in a wireless mouse. This is the Logitech M185 mouse. I use this with my Mac all the time until I switched to Apple's mouse, and this is just a must-have for this computer. So now we can just open up the lid, and you can kind of see that horrible trackpad. But anyway, push the power button, turn it on, and since this is an HDD, it's super slow at turning on. It took me about 5 minutes to turn this on, get into login screen, so I sped this up about 8 times its original speed. So like I said, it took about 5 minutes. So I came back from lunch and tried to wake it up, but as you can see, it's not turning on. So I don't really know what's going on, so I pushed the power button and we got that flash like we did when it was booting up the first time. We get the ThinkPad splash screen again, and it looks like it's turning back on again. And again, it says resuming Windows, so I guess it didn't fully turn off, but I think last time I sped this up 8 times. It just took about 2 minutes. On here, I did everything that I would do on my Mac. So I wrote out an article. Using it, it was a little bit harder than when I usually do it on my Mac because I love the chiclet keyboard. It's like flat. This keyboard's really weird. So if you see me messing up or typing slower, that's because I'm not used to this keyboard, and usually I can type a lot faster and more accurate with a chiclet keyboard. And one display isn't that great for writing articles as well. One thing that I noticed when using Windows to watch videos is that it has a really hard time buffering everything. I just keep getting that spinning wheel the whole time. It's very slow, and also when entering full screen, it kind of stutters a little bit. And doing everyday stuff like editing the tech letter, it just seems a little bit more complicated, slow, laggy, and all of that on a PC where a Mac is just a lot easier. So since this Windows computer doesn't have Windows Movie Maker or any audio recorder built in, I couldn't test any of the other stuff that's on there. So I couldn't test any of the video editing, what I do on my Mac, so I just tried posting a couple things and using that, and again, it's just a little bit different from my Mac. So as you guys may know, you can only use about a Windows computer for about half a day before rebooting it. And it's about 2 o'clock right now. As you can see, all of my windows are not responding. Nothing's working. So Macs don't do that. So it's 3:05 and my battery's in 27%. So it's time to plug this in. I have to say, for not having that power efficient stuff, it does have a pretty good battery life. It's pretty close to my MacBook Air. One thing that was kind of annoying to me was I was watching a video on YouTube, nothing crazy, just an unboxing, and then all of a sudden the fan started going really loud, so take a listen. Before we head out of here, there's one more thing that I want to show you that I am not that big of a fan of, and that's kind of the hardware side of things. I know all PCs are different with their hardware, but this keyboard, like I said a little bit earlier, it's kind of more of a mechanical keyboard, not a flat chiclet like MacBooks and Apple's wireless keyboard. So I really have problems typing on this, and it's not the best. It's not comfortable at all. Like I said, I can't type very fast. I type inaccurately more often than I would on my Mac. So it's just a little bit harder to type, but that's kind of more on the hardware side of things, not software, and I know that will vary by computer. As you guys saw in the beginning, I plugged in a wireless mouse, and that's because this trackpad is absolutely horrible. It's textured, it's plastic, it's like really thick and clunky. It's so hard to scroll, it's horrible, absolutely horrible. There's this middle button where I can also use this little ball in the middle to scroll. We also have left click and a right click, and it's just really hard and confusing to use. Well, it was fun trying a different operating system. I have used Windows a couple times a long time ago. I haven't used it in a while, so it was nice to kind of try it again. But for now, I'm going to stick with OS 10, and that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys liked it, feel free to hit that like button. If you have any questions, you can also leave them in the comment section below. Subscribe for more videos on OS 10, of course, and I will see you right back in the next one. Thanks for watching.